morning to all the dignitaries and speakers, and especially I've seen a lot of teachers here whom I respect the most, because whatever I am, I always believe it's because of my teachers. So a warm welcome to all of you. So today the objective of me is to cover a couple of things in terms of not only what are the missing gaps. I think the former presenter made a very nice, interesting insights in terms of the gaps are concerned, and most of you would be very well aware of. I don't want to touch more on those gaps, because on ground you would be more aware than what we are also, because you are on the other side in terms of the education givers. I would focus on what industry is doing and the role of technology in redefining pedagogy, what we are doing at Microsoft, so that we can certainly reach out to the universities across India. That's one of our key aim, and help them as we progress in our journey. How we look into technology in redefining pedagogy, the big buckets I'm going to is create courseware websites. There are a lot of organizations across the world doing this area in focusing around creating courseware. Then use your learning management system, building learning management systems that can integrate and drive the scale at which India and the education in India is growing. Advise educators to adopt use of technology, which is anyways happening across the world through forums like these, and online, virtual as well as e-libraries within the existing systems, which can drive education and cut the boundaries and take it to the next level. And also, in a country like India, it's a huge diversity and unity kind of a scenario. Get more education students together into forums like this, which can drive, which can open gates for fresh thoughts. I'll quickly jump on to what is Microsoft doing in this space and what is our contribution. Microsoft has been committed to this education ecosystem, not only just in India, in more than 180 countries. We've been extremely strong in the education domain, and a lot of our education programs, and you'll be very much surprised, there are a lot of myths and there's a reality. The reality is all our education academic programs, centric around students, centric around technology, centric around training students across the world, are free of cost, are absolutely free of cost. So very few people, I come across really knows all these programs and also know the importance of these programs, and they don't even know that these are free of cost. They always have an assumption that there's a cost attached to it. I will cover each one of them and help you understand how it is helping, and also how it is helping the scale of students whom we are and universities with which we are working. The pedagogy is concerned, which we follow in India. For example, if I just go back into this, I just want to know from the audience which are the things which you have heard or known in this. The list of things, I'll call it out. One is Microsoft Virtual Academy. The second is Microsoft's massively empowered classrooms. Third one is technology curriculums, whether it is on a cloud or whether it is on phone development application systems. There's something called Microsoft Faculty Connect. There's a worldwide largest competition which we run called Imagine Cup. And there's also a very interesting student ambassador program which we run called Microsoft Student Partners. We select top 2-3 students in various colleges across India. We have more than 4,000 plus student partners spread across 29 states, covering more than 2,000 colleges. And there's a very interesting initiative called Microsoft DreamSpark. DreamSpark is about giving friction-free access to students to use software and tools. Any student registered in India in any university has an absolute right to go and download a copy of DreamSpark, by which he gets access to the original software and tools which are required for him. He need not spend money, nor he needs to go and download some pirated version. He is officially granted a free software through this program called DreamSpark. In fact, Bill Gates, when he visited India in November 2008, that's when he made this announcement that the software should be given free of cost to all the students through this program called DreamSpark. And then we have a very interesting concept called Microsoft Innovation Centers. The previous speaker touched upon the importance of incubation centers and students being the job creators rather than job consumers. And that is pretty much possible with incubation centers, setting up incubation centers, and we call it something called Microsoft Innovation Centers. wherein we give grants to individual universities and colleges. The grant is in the form of a technology grant to set up an innovation cell. So the grant is typically in terms of giving them the software which are required to set up that cell or the incubation center and further drive entrepreneurship. So our job doesn't stop at just giving the technology grant. We ensure that this is a steering committee with experts from industry and academia and college working closely with Microsoft in driving entrepreneurship. So the steering committee is going to meet every 3 months, decide the pattern, decide the technology trainings, and all the technology trainings inside this are done by Microsoft experts and Microsoft individuals. Coming to those centers, we allocate each of these centers to a set of experts from Microsoft. For example, you decide that my innovation center should excel in security, or somebody decides that our university innovation center should excel in social innovation, or it could be in phone application development. You decide the areas, you choose your own faculty to be on the board of the steering committee, and we nominate from Microsoft a set of steering committee members. Together, Microsoft along with the academia develops entrepreneurship and breeds them in their campuses. And neither Microsoft is not looking in taking any stake, or neither Microsoft is looking into taking any business or financial angle. In fact, we burn a lot of dollars here. We spend money to ensure that the entrepreneurship culture is grown in universities and colleges across the world. This is a program which is global. In India, we have 50 Microsoft Innovation Centers. One of the institute to mention, for an example, could be a Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT. We have an innovation center there. So the job is to ensure that we drive education, innovation, employability, and entrepreneurship using these. And we identify various areas like accessibility, healthcare, solving India's problems, or social responsibility. Somebody might identify with cloud, depends on the college and the strength of the college and the students and where they're focused. And we pick up one of these areas to develop that. It's a very program in high demand. We get almost more than 3,000 to 4,000 nominations across India. It really becomes difficult for us to shortlist some of these. And one of the criteria we are looking into is we should at least touch all the states. And that innovation center is not only for your college or university, but even students from any place nearby within the vicinities of other colleges should come and access it free of cost. There's no cost attached to it. That's the purpose with which we are driving, and we have set up 50. We have plans to ramp it up as we go next year. If I look back into whom are we working with, we are working with a lot of students in private campuses also apart from government. We are working with the K-12 segment. This year, Microsoft has dedicated, with Satya Nadella's recent visit in India, we have dedicated to take on women in IT and ensure that we develop the talent, especially in girl students who are in the technology colleges, and take them to the next level. That's our key focus. We're working with a lot of partners in the ecosystem to offer them free coursewares. We are offering them a lot of trainings, hackathons, appathons, and all the latest technology-driven boot camps and workshops to enhance their learning level. Building entrepreneurship is again something which we are very deeply committed through the MICs. So these are some of the newspaper coverages and all. I'll touch upon the other 3 buckets which can make a lot of sense for the universities and your students. One is Microsoft Student Partner. What happens in Microsoft Student Partner, in fact, right now India is the largest Microsoft Student Partner driving initiative, not only from the competition perspective and from our perspective. The idea of Microsoft Student Partner is, Microsoft individually can't reach to all those 10,000 plus colleges which are there in India. What we do is we nominate and we select 4 or 5 very good students out of your campuses, and we constantly engage with them, mentor them, and ensure these students are made the kind of trainers to furthermore drive training and technology skills among other college students within their respective colleges. So this is an initiative which is open to all the students who are in their technical or non-technical fields. They can come, they can apply, and one of the initiative which has been actively driven by student partners is on digital literacy. Providing digital literacy, technology trainings on latest technologies, whether it is mobile application development or cloud development, and also ensuring that they do a lot of socially relevant work. We closely work with NASSCOM and NASSCOM Foundation in driving extremely relevant stuff from social responsibility standpoint, educating some of these underprivileged kids through DLC, what we call a digital literacy campaign. So we do a lot of work along with these students. Imagine Cup is again a competition to drive entrepreneurship. We have every year in India we have close to 60-70,000 students participating and driving skills. Imagine Cup is ensuring that students are brought to a level where entrepreneurship is attached, and the students actually generate not only ideas but ensure that the ideas are connected and ideas are taken to the industry level. And we fund these students who are the bright students from India, and we take them to the global teams in Redmond, where again there's a competition held for across 190 subsidiaries, students across 190 subsidiaries. They bid, they compete, and winners are also given grants from the venture capitalists to take their ideas into the next plan of execution. So it's a very reputed program which we have, Imagine Cup. Again, and it's available to any student, getting education anywhere in the world. DreamSpark is one program. I think most of you would be known or would be using the DreamSpark initiative to engage with your students. This is an initiative by which any student can get friction-free access to Microsoft software free of cost. What we are also looking into this year is a very interesting program called MVA. MVA stands for Microsoft Virtual Academy. As we scale, we believe that a lot of courses today will get online. Curriculum updates are, as the previous speaker said, it takes roughly 3 to 5 years, and some universities maybe 2 years. But today technology is almost changing every month. Every month we see new changes happening. Virtual Academy is one spot where Microsoft has created tons of content on various technologies, right from your IT infra to an IT development to a Windows to a phone development or to a cloud. We have technologies online. Again, students can access free of cost. Not only learn from the tool, they can give assessment tests and they can get assessed, and also they get scores constantly to check where they are and where their learning capability is. The only constraint we find is finding internet, connectivity is an issue with the colleges. But we are also looking into an offline development of MBA course which can be installed in universities so that students can take this test whenever they want, wherever they want, in spite of any difficulties of internet connectivity. Also, they can go through those learning modules. Again, this is a very structured program managed across the world. This facility is also there in India for all the students to access. Two things which are changing the way pedagogy or way curriculum or way teaching is going to happen is massively empowered classrooms and research connectors. These are the two things. Microsoft has a division to engage with all the learned researchers across the world called Microsoft Research Center. Microsoft Research Center is actively working in these two areas. One is called MEC, Massively Empowered Classrooms, and the other is called Research Connectors, connecting all the researchers across the worldwide. Right from in India to in United States to in countries in Europe, to create a platform where they can share their work, they can collaborate, and they can bring value to the research in which they are working. So both of these programs, the official links are given here. It's www.merc.org, and the other is researchconnector.net. Both of these are extremely powerful portals. So you have students not only from India, you have the students from best of the universities, whether it's a Stanford or a Harvard or an MIT. You have the best of the professors, teachers, as well as students connected onto this portal. It brings on a lot of value in terms of connecting both the communities, and one community specifically for researchers and the other community is all about empowered classroom learning and virtual ways of bringing up the ecosystem. With this, I end and look forward. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. I'll be available after this also if somebody wants to know anything, or if you have any areas where you need Microsoft's help, we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.
Just one question. We'd be happy to have some statistics. Actually, for a responsible learner, or somebody who likes to learn it on purpose or out of interest, certainly this kind of terms should be effective. For example, if you take an institution, do you have any statistics on how many from that institution showed interest on these tools?
Okay. So let me give one of the.
This is a question more on the effectiveness of not more on the effectiveness of the tools, but more on how the learner's psychology is.
Okay. Okay. So I'll take up an example. One of the innovation centers let's see, anybody from Vellore is here? I don't know, Vellore Institute of Technology. We have an innovation center there, VIT. In VIT, in the last 1 year, we have actively, when we say an innovation center, they're actively engaged in all of them actually. They have a metric and they're actively engaged. We have seen from VIT alone, there are 430 Windows Phone applications which have come out. Students are not just learning, students have built applications on phones, on the smartphones. We have out of those 470 applications which are built, 230 are commercially active applications. There are, for example, there's a student who has built a very nice application, a very simple application. Using your phone, we tend to take a lot of pictures. Every time you take a picture, it always creates a constant sound, or it changes sound as the moment you change. There is an application he created which automatically changes sounds every time you click a picture, and those sounds are being taken from the first camera which is built till now. This is an application. For example, the student came to us, he shared the idea, and we helped him in building this application. He built a base application. We found a lot of value in this application to be taken globally and have it on store, marketplace. So Microsoft mentors worked with them, and they have integrated. Today you won't believe, he's a third-year student in Vellore Institute. He has more than 4 lakh people downloading that application, and with every click and every download he earns 99 cents. So he's already a millionaire who's been built. And just as an example in terms of the quality work the students are doing. From a VIT perspective, VIT today is engaged with more than 16 colleges nearby where those kids come and use. On an average, monthly usage of the MIC center is roughly around 1200 people in VIT alone. So there are students who are coming in from various colleges to VIT to use the facility, who are not only from VIT but other colleges. On a monthly access basis, the MBA portal which we use, Microsoft Virtual Academy, where people go, train and test that, we determine that score and also the access. On an average, we have 1200 users from VIT alone, every month on month. So that's the new net addition in terms of the program is concerned.
On the other side, if I ask you, what motivated them to do it?
Two things.
Is it at 99 cents?
There are two things. The next wave of jobs would not be provided by TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, Cognizant or Tech Mahindras. Because 10 years back, they are the job creators for India. The next 10 years will actually belong to entrepreneurs. The 10 years will belong to Flipkart, Snapdeal, Zomato, Freecharge kind of organizations. The fundamental mindset is the mindset that needs to be changed in the colleges and students is how can you drive and activate kids to think around entrepreneurship. For example, that 99 cent is an example.
I have no question about the usefulness or why it should be done or shouldn't be done. I'm asking about the student psychology. Actually, many of the students get carried away by the immediate benefit. Really would like to know about what motivated them to take to these things. And is it the liking for innovation? Is liking for doing something good? Or it's attractive, or it's somebody is giving money, 99 cents, or what is it?
Okay, so the needs are very different. I tell you how it is. If I cluster these institutes from an IIT to NIIT to a VIT kind of institutions, and then go down to other set of institutions, the needs are very, very different. For an IITian or for an NIT or a VIT student who is doing extremely good in computer science, for him the motivation is how can I start something by which I can get recognition, build something by which I can make financially strong in terms of me and my team and expand. The needs at the middle of the pyramid, the students are typically how can I acquire skills which are cloud centric, big data centric, or any of the new technologies which are coming up, so that I can quickly go and join a company.
You have innovation center here.
We are planning to set up one in India. Absolutely, we'll be more than happy. Yeah.
The most important thing is, we have all these things somewhere hidden. Most of the people, they are not aware of all this.
Yes, absolutely.
We just see the web and just passing it on, it doesn't the wealth of information. So if you bring it, I said my university is having 300,000 students. I'm sure at least 5% belong to these computer sciences.
Yeah.
So
We'll be more than happy.
let us make it aware of these
Yeah.
people, these sort of things.
Sure.
Let us have one.
Absolutely.
Join with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Almost a question. You said online and virtual education. How do you distinguish these two?
From an perspective of usage, we say online and virtual. In reality, online and virtual are combination. It's one and the same. When we say virtual, we are trying to, create. From a virtual standpoint, we are also trying to create an interface which is constantly engaging. One is online, you're delivering something and somebody is listening. The other format is, we are creating live streamings and we're creating live interactions using online. Any other question? I'll be here. I'll be more than happy to take up any question, or would be more than happy to even accept some of the requests the gentleman from Calicut made. We'll be more than happy to do that. Thank you.